lawyer and a retired Marine Corps officer. Thinking back to your time as a Marine, how would you have felt if you'd found out your country's politicians and national security officials had made such an embarrassing and potentially really dangerous mistake?
Well, this is I've had access to top secret information. It's done in a very controlled manner. There's a system of passing classified information and communicating in a classified way. And when you violate that, you commit a federal criminal offense. I do not believe, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, I don't believe that these people inadvertently added Jeffrey Goldberg, the Zionist former IDF soldier who does not like Trump, but who is a big fan of Israel, who has served in Gaza himself as an IDF soldier during the first Intifada, and who has been a cheerleader for war on Iran. You have to go to the substance of what we have here. Yes, we have some classified information about when the events were going to take place, but they always knew that Jeffrey Goldberg was a safe person to disclose to. I don't want to give you more information. You asked me a simple question, so let me answer that question and we'll get to the rest of it. If I had heard that my commanders, my commander-in-chief, or the people that work for him were violating the law by passing secret information, I would lose confidence in them. At a minimum, I would want the people responsible to be tried and convicted, just like many service members who have violated these laws have been held accountable, and others. So that's the short answer to your question, I guess.
Sorry, so what you're saying is you don't think it was a mistake, this journalist wasn't added by accident. Nevertheless, as you say, it could well constitute a federal criminal offence for which people have in the past been convicted. Do you think that's likely to happen here, given the current administration? And I mean, it kind of doesn't matter if it was a mistake or done intentionally. It's simply the case that people who don't have security clearance shouldn't be added to such groups. And in any case, should these discussions be taking place over a messaging app?
Yeah, the law doesn't recognize whether it's a mistake or intentional. That's a mitigation. That comes in sentencing. You know, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. The law is very clear on how classified information is handled. But I think there's something more sinister here. And as a lawyer, I have to look at the substance of what was being passed. And I've read more than I probably should have on this event. And I have a problem with the substance. You see, they claim that they're doing this to protect lanes of navigation and open the sea lanes, and then they blame Europe. But the Houthis aren't targeting Europe. They're not targeting European shipping. They're targeting Israeli shipping. Throughout the messaging, you don't hear anything about protecting Israeli ships and Israeli shipping in this operation. It is styled as something for the benefit of Egyptians and Europeans, and we're going to get them to pay the price. Well, the Egyptians didn't ask the U.S. to get involved, and neither did the Europeans. And so what I think here, what we have, and again, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, is a setup to appear to make the attack on the Houthis something to benefit the Europeans, which is consistent with Donald Trump's policy of excruciating the Europeans for their failure to do more in NATO. Absent is any mention of Israel, and this is all about Israel, number one. Number two, why Jeffrey Goldberg? How did he get on there? I mean, we have to ask these questions before we get to conclusions of the criminal type offense. No one is going to be prosecuted for this. Donald Trump, after he left office, held on to classified documents and nothing happened to him. And you're not going to see, and this is going to blow over. But what you're going to have here is the substance, and politicians and journalists will work with the substance and pick up the line that this was for the benefit of Europe, when we all know it was for the benefit of the Israelis. And so by doing this in the way they did, it now appears that this entire operation was unrelated to Israel. not for Israel's benefit, which is completely untrue. And so again, I don't have any information. I'm just doing analysis, but it seems odd to me that when the entire purpose of interdicting Houthi operations when Biden was doing it was for the benefit of Israel, today all of a sudden with a cabinet that is as Zionist as you get, and look at the names on this thread, and Jeffrey Goldberg, who's also a Zionist. We don't mention that this is being done to benefit Israel and Israel's shipping.
Okay, Haytham Faraj, thank you so much from Beirut.